Thank you, Madam Chair. The 340B drug discount program, which helps provide life-saving drugs to low-income patients in my district and across the country, is the second largest government prescription drug program, the second largest drug program. I'm a strong supporter of 340B, but we have seen some practices highlighted over the past year by the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal and other outlets that provide and should provide sincere concern on behalf of this committee, which is responsible for the creation, the implementation, and the oversight of this important program. And I'm particularly worried about the evidence we've seen that some large systems may use 340B to reach affluent areas, diverting care away from underserved communities, and that practice violates the spirit of the program. And unfortunately, in some well-documented instances, this has contributed to questionable use of taxpayer dollars and the deaths of some patients. We need to do more. Recent reporting has shown quite clearly what happens when the program strays from patients and becomes about profits. For years, I've called for meaningful transparency standards in 340B. I did that with Mr. Bouchon, where we actually asked for transparency and we asked for a pause in the program. He's not asking for that this time. He's just asking for where the money's going. And I know that we can come together as Republicans and Democrats to work on some thoughtful reforms, but we can't do that if we're in the dark about where the money is. I'm a little bit unpersuaded by the notion that this is a burdensome exercise for people, because when we give out billions of dollars in taxpayer money, we have every right and a responsibility to ask where that money's being spent. We need to know whether it's working well or not. And I think it's fundamental to our job here that we do that, that we get this information. I think it's not too much to ask for the recipients of that assistance to provide that information to us. I also sympathize that, we have a serious issue with hospital solvency. Many of those instances are rural areas, not all of them. That's an issue we have to deal with, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't get the information about where this money is being spent and whether we're getting the bang for our buck. We all claim that this program works. I would challenge us to prove that if we don't have the information about where the money's going, who the beneficiaries are. I think it's right to say, let's get the basic information. I think on one hand, you can't say it's burdensome to provide that and then ask for more information to be provided. We can do this in an iterative way if we want to make normative and subjective judgments about other parts of the program. That's fine. We have to have the basic information about where the money's going, not just to prevent fraud, but to see whether we're really getting the benefit from this program. So, and finally, on the contract pharmacy issue, I'm happy to work with anyone on that. If there's an abuse on the industry side, that's also a separate issue from this. 340B is an important program. We have every right and responsibility to know where the money's going, and I think that that's what this bill is about. So I urge my colleagues to join and vote for this transparency. And with that, Madam Chair, I yield back.